The last time we had an oil crash 4 years ago, the bottom was $26 a barrel for WTI. We are not far from that point today. That lasted literally a matter of days. Oil stayed below 40, and we are well below 40 now, for roughly 100 days. So this is not going to last forever. In fact, my bias would be for this lasting a shorter period of time than it did, 4 years ago, because as your previous guest noted, the violence of the sell-off is just unprecedented. By the time oil bottomed in 2016, that down cycle was already running for a year and a half, whereas, we're now barely 4 to 6 weeks into this thing.
Do you, Pavel, think something has fundamentally changed with OPEC after this weekend or not? Because it sounds like you don't think that it might be just a temporary, sort of face-off, whereas I could certainly see a case for the market saying, no, we don't think OPEC is going to behave in anywhere like what it once did to keep up prices from now on.
Saudi Arabia needs oil around $80 a barrel to balance its fiscal requirements. 30, not even close. The Saudi economy will collapse if this lasts for a long time. The other difference versus 4 years ago is Aramco is a public company. So those investors, mainly Saudi nationals who bought on the IPO last December, are now sitting on losses. Does the Crown Prince want to explain to those investors why they lost money? Because of his actions? Probably not. So our sense is there's a lot of politics in this between Saudi and Russia. This is not about U.S. shale. Let's emphasize this point. And I would look for Saudi to probably blink first because their economy is more oil-centric. They have this Aramco dynamic that they did not have 4 years ago. But frankly, Russia at these prices cannot last for a long time either.
Right, so they're probably going to wait each other out. Neither MBS nor Putin, the leaders of the two respective countries, neither one of them looks like the kind of guy who wants to be first to blink. I mean, this is a game of chicken.
It is, and I'll tell you this. Watch April 22nd. That is the constitutional referendum in Russia. This is the biggest political event of Putin's 20 years in power. Once he gets past that, he'll be in a position to show flexibility, including in foreign policy. Until then, no way. Too much nationalist fervor that he is trying to stoke. But, we got 6 weeks to go until April 22nd. I think the industry can survive that long.
So, Pavel, remind me, do you cover the crude itself or the companies here?
Well, the companies, and look, there are lots of blue chips that have investment-grade balance sheets that are able to act as consolidators as some of the weaker players probably, go under if, certainly this continues. So I would look to names like BP, Conoco, and Occidental as those companies who can withstand the pain. There's obviously going to be some pain.
And by the way, Occidental's down 38% today.
Indeed. Look, I mean, you got Exxon, the ultimate energy blue chip, lower today than it was during the financial crisis.
Wow.
So there is no escape from any of this. But the level of dislocation is not rational, particularly for those stronger players who can withstand the pain, act to consolidate, gobble up some of the smaller players, become more efficient, and then come out the other side.
Okay. Like I said, we're going to have a lot more on this throughout the show. Pavel, great thoughts. Good to see you. We appreciate it. Thanks.